See, you're probably wasting 80% of your time, not because you're lazy, but just because it's incredibly easy to spend hours doing things that feel productive without actually moving your life forward. So I built this simple dashboard in Notion that tracks exactly where my time goes. Then at the end of the month, I review every task I completed and answer this one simple question. Did this actually move the needle? And I've actually done this for over a year, and this one productivity hack has genuinely changed my life. So today I'll show you exactly how you can build it for yourself. Subscribe for Notion tutorials, and let's dive in. So let's open up Notion and start here with a blank page. We can call this here dashboard or tasks or whatever you want to call it. This here is simply the name of the page. Now the first thing we're going to do on this page here is /. And this here brings up the command bar. And there are a ton of features here inside of Notion that we could use. Now the more simple dashboards out there will probably use something like a to-do list here in order to do tasks. So you might see task 1, task 2, etc. The problem with this kind of setup here is this is not data. This is practically the same thing as writing task 1 and task 2, but this here just comes with the checkbox before it. And for us to easily manage what we're going to do today, it's better to use databases. So we'll start by creating a database. What we're going to do is / here, and you can scroll down in order to access databases. You can see them here, or you can simply start writing database. Now there is a long list here of different types of databases in Notion, but don't get overwhelmed. We're going to start here with a table view, and this here will be our new database. So I'll call this task list, or of course you can call this whatever you want. Now if you haven't used databases in Notion, they're not as scary as they sound. In Notion, columns are properties. So I can click here on add property, and here you can see all of the different types of columns, aka properties, that we can have. So we'll be using a few for today's tutorial. And if I click here on new page, I create a new row. So in Notion, rows are pages. And the reason these rows are called pages is because let's say this here is task 1. Not only is that a row, but as you can see, it says here open next to it. That is because I can open up this task 1 here, and that is its own separate page. So on this page, I can add whatever information that I want. I could even add a database inside of this page that sits inside of this database, but we won't get to that today as that can get kind of confusing. So let's just have task 1 and task 2 here, and we'll rename this property from name to task. So here, obviously, instead of writing task 1, task 2, you'll write here whatever the task is. So let's add some more properties. I'll click on add property, and the next one here will be a checkbox, and I'll rename this checkbox here just to the spacebar. That way we know if we've completed the task or not. So when I've completed a task, I simply check that in like that. Now the next thing we want to do is track our time. Now there's a few different ways we could do this. The easiest is to do a number property here. So we'll click on number property and we'll rename this to time. So here when you're working on task 1, you'll simply write how long it took you to do that task. So we'll say this here is 30 minutes. There are other ways of doing this, such as connecting it with your Notion calendar. This is personally the way that I work, and I have tutorials where I go through this, and all of that data gets synced with whatever Notion database you've got it connected to. I'll put a link in the description to that. So we have the checkbox, we have the name of the task, and we have how long we took to do the task. The task 1 took 30 minutes, and it is complete. The last thing that I would recommend adding here is just to know which project does this belong to. So task 1 here, what is that to do with? And again, there is a bunch of different ways we could do this. We could do a relation property, and this relation here would connect this database to another database. This is the way that I've set it up in Headquarters, which is my premium Notion template. This stuff can get quite confusing to build, so if you want an all-in-one setup that you can simply download in a few clicks, then check out Headquarters. I'll put the full tour link in the description. This has an advanced task management system, project management system. It handles your life buckets, your notes, your resources, and the monthly review feature that it has does exactly what we're going to be building today, where you can label which tasks have moved the needle. That way you know where your time is best allocated. And the separate time tracking page allows you to really understand where your time is going, whether that's for your personal life or for your work life. If you're interested in Headquarters, I'll put a link in the description, and you can also check out the full tour below. But as relations here are quite difficult to work with if you're new to Notion, then let's start simple with this select property. And we'll rename this select here just to project. So these work as simple drop downs. So I'll call this project A. And then let's say task 2 here is related to project B. So now when I create a new task, so I'll call this task 3, I click here on project, then I can select the projects here from the drop down, or if you want to create a new one, you simply start typing. And you can actually have multiple of the same property. For example, you could have 2 select properties. So we have this select property right now, but you could add another one. So for example, in headquarters, I have 2 select properties that help you to understand the urgency and importance of your tasks. And then using that in the template, it actually reorganizes your task list so you know which tasks you should do first. So for our last property for this database here, let's do another select property. And this one here will be review. Now, because this here is another property, the project A and project B in the drop down here won't appear in this one here. These two are completely separate, so these options won't appear in this column and vice versa. And for this review here, we'll simply add one called moved the needle. If you don't understand the term move the needle here, move the needle basically means, did it have a big impact? Did it get you a tangible result? So now that we have the different properties that we'll be working with, let's jump to the next section where we organize our task list. So right now you are going to see all the tasks you've completed and all the tasks you haven't completed. But obviously, after a while, you're going to start getting overwhelmed by seeing everything here in the one list. So we're going to make this nice and simple by using one of the key features inside of Notion's databases here. So we can work with filters, we can work with sort, and for this tutorial, we will work with group. So here, I'll click on group, and we are going to group this here by the checkbox. So I'll click here on the checkbox. And all this means is we are grouping and putting together all the tasks that have been completed in one toggle, and all the tasks that haven't been completed in another toggle. So when I'm working, I can have this toggle closed and simply here see the tasks that I haven't completed yet, as this is probably what I'll be looking at most of the time. But if I ever want to go back and see the tasks completed, I can find them sitting in this toggle here. Now that we've got this set up, we are going to want another view of our tasks where we can actually go through and review the tasks that have moved the needle and get more of an insight on our time. And to do that, we are going to be creating another view. So next to the name here of your database, so mine is called task list, if I click here on the plus, I can add another view. Now there are a bunch of different types of views in Notion. This can get very overwhelming, and I go through all of this stuff in my Notion course where you can learn Notion in an evening. If you want to check that out, I'll put a link in the description. I also have a bundle which includes the template headquarters that I mentioned earlier, so I'll put a link in the description to the bundle as well. Now for today, we'll just work with the table view so we don't get too overwhelmed. And to make this even simpler, instead of clicking on plus and adding a new view, we'll click on these 3 dots to just duplicate this existing view. So I'll click here on duplicate view. Now as you can see, this new tab here appears. So we have this tab and this tab. These are 2 different views of the same information. So what I'll do is rename this table here, and this will be my tasks. And I can see the tasks that are completed and not complete. Then I'll click on this next tab and rename and call it review. Here will be the place where I review my work. Now right now we are grouping this by the tasks we haven't completed and by the tasks we have completed. But this is going to ruin the data because I don't want to see the tasks that I haven't completed yet, because of course they haven't moved the needle. I haven't done them yet. So what we're going to do is click here on settings and click on group, and we are going to do remove grouping. Now remember, the filters, the sort, and the groups that we apply are only being applied to this tab. They are not being applied to this tab here. So you can see that we still have the group functionality on this tab, but we don't have it on this tab here. And speaking of these 3 features here, we're going to use the next one, which is filter. So I'll click here on filter, and we are going to filter out the tasks that haven't been completed here. So I'm going to say only show me the tasks that are checked in. So now those tasks that aren't completed yet don't show up here. Now we haven't deleted them, we can still find them here. We are simply using this filter functionality to hide them in this tab. Hope that makes sense. So what I'll do here is just say this is also project A, and then I'll say this here is 60, and then I'll say this one here is 30 as well. And then just so we have something to look at, let's say this task 1 here, yes, it moved the needle. Task 2 here, let's say it didn't move the needle, and task 3 here did move the needle, for example. We can now start looking at this data more closely. Now bear in mind, you'll probably do this next step after you have at least a week, if not a month worth of data, but I'll show you how this works. So we're going to click here on review. So for this column here, so I'll click on that review, and here I'll do calculate, and I'm going to do percentage and do percentage not empty. So here I can see 66.6% of the tasks that I did move the needle. Now that's going to be very, very high, but yes, hypothetically, we have 66.6% of tasks completed did move the needle. Now the next thing that I'm going to do here is click on time, and here I'll do calculate, I'll do more options, and I'll click on sum. So now it's adding up everything in this column for me. So I can see in total, I've worked 120 minutes. And then I'll click here on project, I'll click on calculate, and I'll do count unique values, because this tells me how many different projects I've worked on this month. So here I can see in total, I've worked on 2 projects. The next thing that I'll do here is click on task and I'll do calculate. And this time we're going to count and simply count all, because now I can see how many tasks I've worked on in total for this month. So this here is already giving me quite a lot of data. This month I can see I worked on 3 tasks in total. I spent 120 minutes working in total. Those 120 minutes were spent on 2 different projects, and amazingly 66% of the tasks that I worked on moved the needle. Now this here is where it can get even more fun. What you can do is click here on settings and click on group like we did before, but this time, instead of grouping by the checkbox, we will group by the project. So here I can see project A, and here I can see project B. So now I'm seeing I did 2 tasks relating to project A, and I did 1 task relating to project B. And already, just from these 3 tasks here, we can see that 100% of the tasks that I did for project A moved the needle, and this task that I did here for project B did not move the needle. As you can see, this here is empty. So I know in the future, maybe I should spend more time working on project A as it is moving the needle, and maybe this project B here isn't worth doing. If you don't want to build this from scratch and you want a more advanced version, then again, check out Headquarters. All of this is set up for you. You can download it in a few clicks. It comes with a time tracking feature, this move the needle feature, and so much more. Click here to see the full tour. Thanks for watching.